What's up, guys? It's Jay, MorninAfterKill, and I'm back here on what I can only assume is gonna be some Titanfall motherfucking gameplay. But before we get into the topic of the commentary, I do want to let you guys know that I am gonna be dangerously close to having a political discussion inside of this video. And I don't like to discuss religion or politics on my channel, so I'm just gonna use some vague terms and broad generalities, and I want you guys to do so and give me the same respect inside of the comment section down below. I'm gonna open it up as an open forum. If you guys have something to say in rebuttal to what I have to say, go ahead and put it down there, but please do not mention any politicians by names, political agendas, or also please do not mention any type of, political factions or parties, if you will. So we're going to try to keep this as clean and civil as possible, but I want to let you guys know that it's going to come dangerously close to discussing a little bit of politics. So what I wanted to talk about today is the recent media making a huge deal out of e-cigarettes and try to make them seem dangerous. So let me give you guys a little bit of a background in case you missed my video where I said that I quit smoking. I smoked for 20 motherfucking years. I quit cigarettes about like 7-8 years ago, and after quitting cigarettes like 5 years later, I started smoking cigars, and it was probably one of the dumbest decisions I've made in my life, and I got myself hooked on nicotine once again. And about 3 weeks ago, I picked up my e-cigarette. Actually, tomorrow will be 3 weeks exactly when I bought my e-cig. And I haven't touched a cigar since. I have not actually smoked anything since I have purchased my e-cig. And this right here has led me to believe that e-cigs are very effective to help people quit smoking. Now, I did do a little bit of research before I picked up the e-cig, because, I mean, who doesn't research things or at least ask a few questions before they put something in your body? It would be like sitting at your friend's house and him handing you a fucking joint and be like, here, smoke this, and you don't even ask him what it is. You just pick it up and just hit that shit. That would be absolutely, at least at the very basic, humans like to be like, hey, what is this? Or they give it a smell, maybe lick it a little bit, give it a little bit of taste to see if it's gonna hurt them or not. Humans are pretty much they're curious about what they're putting in their bodies, and not a lot of people want to go ahead and start putting foreign objects inside. Oh my god, I can't believe I just said that, putting foreign objects inside their body, but that's what it is, foreign substances, we're gonna say. So recently the media has been on an agenda and trying to get e-cigs banned, or at least, at the very least, have people think that these things are dangerous. Now, while they're not 100% safe, like I wouldn't say, oh my god, everybody out there should smoke e-cigs. No, I mean, even though they do have e-cig juice out there that has no nicotine in it, if you don't already have a habit where you're polluting your lungs, don't start using e-cigs or vaporizers. It's fucking stupid, alright? If you currently don't have a habit where your lungs need to be, at least have a safer alternative inside of it, don't start e-cigs. I think kids that out there that are starting e-cigs because they think it makes them look cool, that's fucking bullshit. You know what's cool? Not fucking smoking and not having an addictive motherfucking habit. So anyway, the media is pretty much, they're using the free and open media excuse to kind of put out there some really bad information. Now, originally our free and open media was to promote the truth and keep the government from interfering in what's going on inside of the news. And this is the reason why most people believe what they read in newspapers, hear on TV, read on the internet, because they think that they're reading unobjectionable material, that this is unbiased and fair and reasonable. And you know, it's being exploited by unethical journalists right now that have a political or a fiscal agenda. And for those of you guys that don't know what fiscal means, it does not mean shoving fists inside of asses. That is not what fiscal means. Fiscal means they have some type of business relationship to try to help people, you know, make a little bit of money. This is why you see, like, you know, news stories that have, like, you'll see them at the bottom. It's like, this was a paid advertisement, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, but there's some bad journalists out there that are pumping bad information and they're citing the sources that are intentionally wrong or only showing half-truths in their research. And they're doing this because the government cannot do anything about e-cigarettes right now. Currently, e-cigarettes are unregulated by the United States government. The basic configuration for an e-cig mod, right, is basically a battery, a coil, and a switch. This is actually just, you can actually make your own e-cig mod if you know what you're doing. There are people out there that have quote-unquote mech mods, which are basic. They're simple. It's just a coil, switch, and a battery, and it's pretty much just like it's like a fucking flashlight. It has the same configuration as a flashlight, and also asthma inhalers known as nebulizers are pretty much doing the same thing that e-cig and vaporizers do, which basically the e-juice is flavoring propylene glycol and nicotine concentrate. Now, if we exclude nicotine off to the side right now, you know, flavoring is used every day all over the goddamn world, and so is propylene glycol. I'm pretty sure actually you can find propylene glycol inside of Yoo-hoo. It's used all over the world, and it's pretty much, it's non-toxic, it's non-corrosive, it's not very dangerous. And you know, since this is not considered dangerous and people are using e-cigs and vaporizers as a replacement for quitting smoking, the government, they can't put a sin tax on it. I know a lot of people are like, a sin tax? That's right. That's something not a lot of people know about. The government puts extra taxes on things that are dangerous to kind of quote-unquote, I guess, deter you from using these products. And these products are like, you know, gambling has a sin tax on it, cigarettes, alcohol, even coffee. And, you know, they say that they put this on there because, quote-unquote, this is a luxury, it might be dangerous, it might be addictive, and they want to stop people from partaking inside these activities. It's not true. The reason there's taxes on it is because these activities are addictive, and they can just apply the taxes on them liberally and excessively, since those people that are addicted to these activities, they're gonna pay for the fucking prices anyway, because, I mean, they're addicted to it. Point in case, I remember like 10 years ago, people were like, man, once cigarettes hit $10 a pack, I'm quitting. These same motherfuckers are now paying $11, $12 a pack. And that's why, I mean, you look at, like, goddamn news stories where people are like, oh my god, all the cigarettes being sold in New York are being smuggled in from out of state. Yeah, because New York has a huge motherfucking tax on cigarettes. Just by going from New York to Pennsylvania, you're gonna save like $4 to $5 on a pack of cigarettes. So what people do is they fucking go all the way out. They spend like an hour and a half driving out to Pennsylvania, and they go and they buy like 10 cartons, bring them home. Now they got cigarettes that it's gonna last them, I think, well, like 10 cartons, blah blah blah. It should probably last them at least a few months, depending upon how big their goddamn motherfucking addiction is. But the fact that people are already paying $10 for a pack of cigarettes show you that the government can pretty much tax these as much as they want, and people are still gonna use them. Now the real truth lies in the actual putting of this. The media is saying that e-cigarettes are dangerous, right? And if the e-cigarettes were dangerous and habit-forming, then the government would be able to tax it as a sin tax, right? But right now, the government can't do it because, number one, it's not really dangerous. There's no actual evidence that these vaporizers are gonna harm you as bad as cigarettes are. And the fact that you can buy e-juice without nicotine, it can't be classified as habit forming, because then all you got is a little bottle of fucking propylene glycol with some goddamn food flavoring in it. That's it. It's not some big fucking conspiracy of what's inside these goddamn little bottles. I know it's not FDA approved or regulated, but I mean, really, if you're buying from a trusted retailer that you've seen people be like, oh yeah, you know, I've used these products are, that's why word of mouth is spreading so fast inside like the e-cig community, and why you have all these forums and people are like, hey man, where'd you order your products from? Because people want to find, you know, safe alternatives to smoking. Because since I quit smoking, listen to me, I sound great. I'm fucking talking. I'm not sitting here stopping every fucking 4 minutes and kept coughing up fucking brown goddamn slugs. I still cough up a little bit of slugs in the morning, but, you know, I've been smoking for 20 years, and I've only been not smoking for 3 weeks. So anyway, we're getting off topic here. Let's go ahead and bring it back, because the government can't tax us right now because it's not dangerous, it's not habit forming, and you know, the government can't ban nicotine, because if they ban nicotine, they ban cigarettes. And big tobacco is not only a huge source of income in America, but it's also big contributors to politicians' bankrolls and their re-election campaigns. And, you know, I don't want to go into that, because, like I said, we're coming dangerously close to talking about politics. But the government can't ban it. They can't put extra taxes on it. So what do? They start a smear campaign to scare people into using the products that they can actually tax, like cigarettes, like, you know, the goddamn pills that you can take, like Chantix, that help you, quote-unquote, stop smoking, but also a lot of people that were using them were also having suicidal dreams and thoughts and nightmares. That's a horrible thing, to take a goddamn product to stop smoking and just be like, I want to kill myself, I'm having horrible nightmares and sweats. And I think anal grease might be... Why is anal grease even a thing? Why that should be like the #1 thing that these goddamn pill companies should be like, hey, your pill causes anal grease. They're like, well, Tony Siragusa over there is selling man-pongs that you could put inside your underwear to stop shit from getting on your... No! How about we stop anal grease from coming out of your butt? That's a terrible fucking side effect. So, hey, what's that smell? No, don't worry about it. I'm quitting smoking. It's just my anal grease. It'll clear up in a few days, right? That's fucking terrible. So you want a smear campaign? There's your smear campaign, motherfucker. But yeah, anyway, the government's trying to scare people to use, you know, other products. Because if people are too scared to use e-cigarettes to quit smoking, then either they're gonna smoke until the day they die, or if the government's lucky, you're going to end up getting a terminal illness, which then they could milk you and your insurance company for medical care money, which, ironically, the government now has a stake in with recent Obamacare bills and reforms, and we're not going into that! Obamacare sucks. So, anyway, so they drum up enough propaganda to scare the general public into not wanting to use these products. So when you see an article, like I read an article today, I'm pretty sure it was either in like the New York Times or USA Today. I know I saw it on Yahoo too. It's all over the place right now that people are saying like e-cigs are unsafe because an infant in Texas drank a bottle of nicotine juice and had to be rushed to the hospital and had to have its stomach pumped. Now, this toddler actually lived, didn't die, but that's not because nicotine is, nicotine, yeah. Don't feed it to babies. If you take one thing from this goddamn video, it's don't feed nicotine to babies. But that right there, that's bad parenting. That could have easily been a bottle of aspirin or bleach left out on the counter that the dumbass parents just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna let my baby go ahead and drink whatever the fuck is on this coffee table. No! That's bad parenting. You just can't leave shit out for babies to fucking put in their mouths. Even a Lego. Are you gonna go ahead and ban Legos because a kid fucking choked on them? No, you're gonna be like, that's a dumbass kid with some dumbass parents. So remember, for every horror story out there you read about a baby drinking nicotine e-juice or somebody being admitted to the hospital because, quote unquote, they got pneumonia because water vapor from their vaporizers in their lungs caused the pneumonia. First off, let me tell you that's not very likely because, this is akin to basically steam being inside your lungs. And, people have lived in jungles for a very long time without getting pneumonia. You want to know what causes that shit? Is people who have, like, say I have my e-cig right here. Now, I have my little tip. When I refill my e-cigs, I make sure that I boil my tips to make sure that I'm not getting any bacteria build up inside of my metal tip, because that's what happens with metal. I'm looking at it right now, like I got a little bit of crust on there from a little bit of spilt e-juice, but that can cause bacteria build up, and it can cause big problems for your lungs, because bacteria inside your lungs is a very terrible thing. It can can cause pneumonia. So, I mean, like I said, for every horror story that you read out there from e-cigs and people saying e-cigs are dangerous, remember, 500,000 people a year die from a smoking-related illness, and that's it's pretty fucking terrible. So even though e-cigs, like I said, aren't safe as simply not smoking is your best bet, not putting anything inside your lungs that doesn't need to be there is your 100% best bet. Don't start smoking or vaping if you already don't have a habit. But if you do have a habit, I think personally, from the way I feel, from the way my body has felt, and from people I talk to that have smoked e-cigs and quit smoking cigarettes through the use of e-cigs, their body feels a lot better. You can actually feel it every single day. Your lungs getting healthier, breathing better, the coughing stops a little bit more, and a little bit less, and a little bit less, until the coughing stops 100% completely. So even though e-cigs aren't 100% safe, they are safer than smoking, and the government wants you to think they're dangerous because they can't profit off your death through tobacco taxes, healthcare, and pharmaceutical companies, which actually profit twice-fold from the sale of nicotine-quitting products like Nicorette gum, patches, and prescriptions, but also from selling you legal painkillers, the strength of fucking heroin that will help ease your pain as you die a horrible death from your smoking-related illness. So, in short, the reason they want you to think they're dangerous is because the government doesn't really make any money off e-cigs. And if there's no money, there's no profit. If there's no profit, then they're just losing money from not selling you cigarettes and all other type of, byproducts of the dangers of smoking cigarettes. So, my name is Jay, MorninAfterKill. Make sure you guys rate, comment, subscribe. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you could leave a thumbs up on the video, I'd highly appreciate it because it gives me motivation to make more videos for you motherfuckers that watch my motherfucking videos. This is just to let you guys know why the government and the media are pretty much saying that e-cigs aren't safe, they're not healthy, and they're not really there to help you quit smoking, which, I mean, I feel healthier, I feel safer, and I've quit smoking, and many, many other people have as well. So, like I said, my name's Jay, MorninAfterKill. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna see you guys later.
You're unstoppable.